Hello, little chickens. Today you are with Luke and
Meg.
Meg.
Was that a Russian intro?
That was. I don't know why I decided to go Russian then.
I wonder if we
Okay.
have any Russian listeners.
Doubt it.
Probably.
Doubt it.
Let us know. A Russian guy came to my show last night.
Did
and
he?
He's like, I'm very glad you did not pick me out of the audience because comedians and the war, not good for me. That's what he said.
Did he actually say that? That's really funny.
It was a really sweet guy. He goes, I was second row, and I thought, oh goodness. And I had a nice chat with him. He was great.
Like after the show or during the show?
Well, no, after the show,
After
because
the
I
show,
didn't
'cause you
pick him
didn't
out.
pick-
Yeah.
Right.
No,
That's so
it
funny.
was in Leeds. It was very good.
Yeah.
The tour has been going well. We're still in the UK. We are recording this in Leeds.
Yes.
Leeds, I can't put my finger on it. It's one of those places. The only way to describe it is I guess it's kind of working class. It's not amazing. Okay, this is how you describe it. It's not bad though.
Not bad. No, it's not bad at all.
I've never
It's
felt more
just-
neutral
yeah,
about a
neutral.
place.
That's a good word. And I was going to use bland, but I think neutral's a
No.
better word because there is a little bit of spice to it and stuff, but it's just a place.
There's no spice.
There's a tiny bit.
Meg's trying to talk it up.
Nah, I reckon if you walk down the street, you hear about 5 drunk guys going, "Oh, yeah, can I have your lighter?
Yeah.
Yeah, hello.
Meg's
Hello
been
there, can I have your lighter?" You know?
Meg overhears, and we both do, but Meg just is fascinated. Whenever you walk past British people, I don't know why this is, when you just hear a snippet of their conversation, it's always the most wild things out of context.
What was the other one?
You've been quoting them to me all week.
I know. I would literally come out and I'm like, I heard another one. I keep hearing them. It was this grown man came out of the toilets, and I don't know if it was his grandmother or his mother, but came out and he was like, "Oh, okay, ready to go." And then the mum just goes, "Did you stick your willy back in, darling?" And he's like. And I thought, then I was like, oh, maybe he's special needs, something like that. And he goes, "Yes, Mum, I put me willy back in."
And then we just kept
and
walking.
we just keep walking, though. So I don't get to hear any more of the conversation except for, "Hi, love, did you put your willy back in?"
That's incredible. It's just out of context Brits
Oh, no.
is just some of the best content.
And then there was the other one, the one that I really liked was we were walking to one of the shows. And there's this group of girls coming by, and all I heard was, "Yeah, so I got mugged on Tuesday, and then Thursday went out, got mugged again." It just keeps happening. And I'm wheeling a suitcase of electrical things, and I'm like, "Oh my God.
That is
this
just
girl who's from here got robbed twice in 1 week."
that says a lot about the current state of England.
But she wasn't she was so unfazed by it. It happened every week. It's
I know.
Yeah, so this week I got mugged on Tuesday, mugged on Thursday.
Yeah. But Wednesday,
Again.
good day.
Wednesday's a good day.
Yeah. That's wild. I don't it's just it's weird. It's the same country, but it's so different.
It's so
I've
different.
never been to a place that's so same as what we have in Australia, but yet culturally so different.
It's crazy.
The infrastructure and not all the architecture and stuff is obviously the same because it's very old here, but just the way we all live is very similar.
Yeah.
But then I don't know, there's some glaring differences. I've never been mugged.
Yeah. Yeah.
It probably does happen in Australia, but not as common, clearly.
Yeah. Oh, there was another crazy one that I heard as well.
Mm.
It was just a couple walking by, and they seemed like they were having a lovely conversation. And then she just turned, and as she walked by, she was like, "Yeah, so we're getting a divorce." It just kept walking.
I heard that one.
Do you hear that
Yeah,
one?
because Meg and I both turned around and went,
"Getting a divorce."
did they just decide that now?
Yeah.
Although I feel like we would make jokes about stuff like that and not
Yeah.
realize people overhearing us. Like, say if
Absolutely.
you did something weird, I'd be like, we're getting a divorce. We're not even married. But I would just say that for a joke. So maybe like we're just not giving them enough credit. Like maybe they're just joking around with each other and we're just
Probably.
taking everything they say really serious.
Well, because they sound so serious though. Like I feel like when an Aussie speaks, even
Yeah.
if when they're being serious, it's like you kind of sound like you're joking, or like
Yeah.
you kind of sound like you're taking the piss. But then every word that they say just sounds so sincere and so like real,
Yeah.
and not a joke in this. Like it's not in a joke way. They just say it like it's
No.
an actual thing.
So I think maybe we don't understand their tone
Absolutely.
a lot of the time.
Absolutely.
But it's good. I did the biggest show I've ever done this week in Sheffield, which was cool.
Yep.
You might have seen that on the gram. I
1200.
appreciate everyone who came out. There's a few people who we met afterwards in the McDonald's and stuff who said they listen to this pod.
Yeah.
So I know we're trying to keep shout outs to a minimum, but shout out to them.
Shout out to
They
them.
they wanted us to bring back the doppelganger segment, so we'll have to do that soon.
So yeah, I reckon like the next time, next podcast, we'll try and come in with some hot ones. So if you,
I hate making promises.
yeah, I will try. It's
Yeah.
been really difficult because obviously we're taking this
It's
like
not that
with
difficult.
us.
We just have to get 3 screenshots of
Oh,
people's heads on
No,
our
I
phones.
mean like the setup of the podcast like takes
oh
a while.
yeah, this
so
took us half an hour. We had to move a couch.
we had to move it twice. This was set up like the other way, and then we realized that
didn't have
literally
power.
don't have any power. So
Oh, anyway,
so it's been difficult.
we
so
need
we don't
to.
want to make any promises. Oh yes, okay.
No, people are like so confused right now. They're like, Luke and Meg, I come to this podcast to know how to feel emotionally on the weekend.
And we keep.
Am I winding down or turning up? Get to it. Snap, snap.
All right, Luke. I flicked it last
We-
time, so it's only fair that you flick it this
We
time.
once again have the travel wheel. There's no suspense involved when we're on the road with the wheel. It simply spins about 3 times off one flick, and you get an almost immediate answer. I'm flicking in 3, 2, 1. And it's wind down. Great.
Again?
2 weekends in a row.
Fuck me.
I want to.
I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not.
Well, we need to apologize.
Oh.
I think a few people DM'd me, and
I know, me too, and I ignored them. A few people DM'd me on the night. So
well, I'm willing to
recap.
cough and fess up to my actions and try and be better. You clearly are in denial.
I'm not in denial. I think I'm just shameful.
We
Last
perhaps
week,
didn't wind down.
yes. So recap. Last week was a wind down, and
What we didn't realize was it was St. Paddy's Day,
yeah,
and we'd never done one in the place that kind of cares about it.
yeah.
Australians, you will only really know if it's St. Patrick's Day if you happen to stumble into an Irish pub
Yeah.
on the day and there's like a few Irish flags up and they've got half price Guinness and you're like,
Yeah.
must be St. Patrick's Day.
It's just another excuse to like drink.
Yeah, I
But
mean, maybe
here they're
if-
like,
We celebrate it. I'm sure people in Australia of Irish descent perhaps celebrate it.
absolutely.
One time I was
Maybe.
in an Irish pub on tour. I've told this story before, in Sydney, who has lockout laws. Packed. Irish pub, St. Patrick's Day, having a great time.
Yeah.
Ring last drinks 10:30 p.m.
10:30.
Sydney, man, best nightlife in the world.
Sydney sucks. Sydney's the fucking worst, dude.
Yeah.
Oh God. Sorry if
Anyway,
you live there.
Get your tickets. It's selling quick. I'm coming to the Enmore. We're doing multiple shows, and one of the shows is almost sold out, which is crazy. So thank you so much. Can I plug some shows quickly?
Yeah, 100% go for it.
Port Macquarie. One of the shows is sold out. Meg's doing a dance to entertain the video listeners, audio listeners. I'm sorry, you're just going to have to cop this plug
Yeah, you're gonna have to
in
cop it.
silence.
Well, yeah.
Well, can you do something to entertain the audio listeners as well who don't give a shit?
I could do some like ASMR.
Okay,
I'll
great.
do it quietly though.
Cool. You sound like a rabbit. Port Macquarie. Pterodactyl ASMR. Guys, welcome back
probably
to
just
Luke and
blasted.
Meg's Land Before Time ASMR channel.
Dude, that that show
That show
popped off.
went so hard.
Okay, anyway, go plug.
Port Mac, the first show is sold out. There's like 6 tickets left, so we added a second show at the Glass House, and after that there will not be another one added. We don't have extra time, so get your tickets.
This is new to me, so
Penrith
we're finding out at the same time.
pretty much sold out. Yeah, Megan, I only found out about this like 2 days ago because I've just been so locked in here.
Awesome.
My brother sent me an update, and I was like, he's like, dude, it's selling well, and I was like, I haven't promoted it. Like,
did you say Penrith is almost sold out?
yeah.
Almost sold out.
No, it's like 96% sold out. It's like 20 seats left or something.
That's
I don't know.
fucking crazy.
So the second show has been added there. Again, won't be doing another show, I assume, because there's not really, I don't know if you've seen the schedule of the Happy Hour tour. Not many dates free for me this year. Not a lot of downtime for Luke and Meg. And what else? Oh, there's one. Werribee, the first show of the tour. That's almost gone. Aubrey selling. Narry Warren, for whatever reason, in Melbourne, selling great. Bunjil Place almost sold out.
What?
Yeah.
Narry Warren.
Narry Warren. It's a suburb in the in the east.
Lovely. Okay, keep going.
There was another one that was
selling well.
Yeah. Griffith. Never been there before. Almost sold out. So yeah, get your tickets. LukeKidgel.com. Just check where I'm coming to you if you haven't organised it yet with your group.
Yeah, right.
And yeah, because a lot of them are moving pretty quick, and some of them aren't. Maryborough, because I'm not doing Harvey Bay, and no one from Harvey Bay clearly wants to travel half an hour, and that one's not going well.
That is fair. I remember learning about that last year.
Get your tickets.
I remember learning about that last year. Yeah, they don't cross each other's boundaries.
No.
There's a rival there.
Hey, get over it and come see me talk about me cock. Come on.
Come on.
Get over your weird beef with the neighbouring town. That's
you little freak.
Such an Australian thing. Like, it's when you go to Albury and half the crowd's from Wodonga. There's this one place on the border of Victoria and New South Wales in Australia. And when I say it's on the border, as in it's like 500 metres over the other side of the border.
Yeah.
So half the show is from Victoria and half the people from the show are from New South Wales. And you just say one thing about the other and they all just start teeing off at each other, like in the crowd every year.
Do you remember when there was, this was actually like first year that we did Rockhampton. And there were two people Maccas, but they were from rival McDonald's.
Oh yeah,
do you remember that?
There was 2 staff nights.
Yeah.
In the audience from rival McDonald's restaurants.
And they were literally teeing off.
They were like, you're from the whatever street McDonald's, fuck you. Your Yelp rating is 2.5.
And Luke's just standing on the stage like, what the fuck is happening?
I'm just like, guys, you all work at McDonald's in Rockhampton. You're all garbage. Be quiet. All right?
One is not more garbage than the other.
I'm like, you are all everyone's last resort. Thank you for your service, but also I'm trying to talk.
This is your speech on equality? This is like how to achieve equality, Luke Kidgel style.
You're all garbage.
You're all shit, okay?
We could have solved a lot early on in this century if someone had have just got up there and been like, we're all a bit shit, aren't we? So let's get over ourselves and just give each other a hug.
Yeah, be on the same plane.
The old Ellen, be nice to one another.
Yeah.
Except for your employees. Treat them like shit. That was a reference to Ellen, not how I treat my employees.
No.
Just because she's had some controversy over the years.
Yeah.
With how she's treated some employees.
She's had some controversy.
Yeah.
A lot of controversy.
Yeah. Her and Corden can't seem to pull it together.
Yeah.
Yeah. James.
2 people that literally made their thing of being nice.
Yeah, but that's always sus.
I know.
It's
no one could be that nice.
It's kind of like the when all the David Dobrik stuff came out.
Yeah.
It's like the people who create their brand around being like this, it's like overtly positive. There's something always dark behind the scenes.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
That's why I'm a piece of shit all the time.
Yes and no, because honestly, and I think another 9 million other people fucking agree with me. Anna Paul. She genuinely...
Of course there's some outliers.
She is an exception. She is I've literally never met her, so I I don't know, but like
Yeah, but she's seen. I don't.
based off track record, she's and of everyone who's ever met her.
Yeah, but her image
Amazing.
isn't squeaky clean. She's
But
like
that's
does
the point.
OnlyFans stuff, right?
Yeah, but in the
No,
loveliest
no,
way.
but it's honest.
She's so beautiful.
No, but
about
I'm
it.
saying like all these other people have squeaky clean, like they could do no wrong in the eyes of God, the people, or everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These
and
other
she's
people
open
like
about
have
it.
G-rated. I mean, not David. His content wasn't G-rated, but you know, like I'm
It
just
was still,
saying
like,
it was
kind of-
overtly positive
Yeah.
and like cutting out any reference to negativity or bad things that would
Yeah.
happen in their friendship group. Clearly behind the
Yes.
scenes.
Yeah.
But anyway, what
Yeah.
were we talking about?
So you were actually plugging your shows, and
Get
then
your
now
tickets.
I'm gonna go back because we need to apologize still.
Yes.
So yes, it was St. Paddy's Day. We were like, you know what? Let's have a couple drinks. And then those couple drinks turned into about 15
That's
drinks.
what happens when you're with the Irish.
Dude,
They love it.
they would just like, I was just getting more drinks.
I had my first Guinness. I hated it because I've never had a full Guinness back at home. I've tried it, hated it. Then went,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm near Ireland. It's on St. Patrick's Day. I was with Irish people, and then they were like, "You need to have a Guinness," and I was like, "All right." And I guess it was like them going to Australia and pretending to like Vegemite to not hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they didn't care.
no.
I'd be
No.
like, "Yeah, man, I don't like Vegemite either."
Yeah. So we got white girl wasted.
And then I got put in charge of DJing at one point.
Oh my god, that
'cause
was so fun.
We were in like the room where I was actually doing my shows over the weekend in Manchester with a friend of mine, Evan, who's a comedian who runs this club. But then after the comedy night finished, and by the way, I jumped up like pretty hammered on stage and destroyed. That was weird.
Completely.
I was
You
surprised.
annihilated. There wasn't that many people in the room. There was like maybe 15
Yeah, it was
people.
just like 15 drunk tourists in the room.
And he gets up fucking plastered because we're already like 5-6 drinks in.
But I think that's why I was on their level.
yeah, you're on their level and you just fucking annihilated this room.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun because like there were obviously other comedians and stuff on the lineup. They were all awesome. Like we all had like just an absolute blast. And then rather than doing like another comedy thing, they were like, "Fuck it, let's open up the bottom. 'Cause
Yeah.
The top is so busy and turn it into basically like a club."
Because the venue was like, "Oh, you could put on a late show," and we're like, "Nah, fuck that. Let's move the chairs, turn it into a dance floor,
Yeah.
and get jiggy with it."
Get down.
And then Evan and I were on the tracks, and we didn't have decks, right? We're DJing off Spotify, and I at least had the courtesy at one point to turn on the fade feature between the songs. There was some gaps of silence for a bit there.
There were, yeah. I was playing some fucking bangers.
Then the whole night I was trying to get Evan to play Crazy Frog, Axel F, and he refused. And then he left to get me a drink at one point, and then he came back. So when he left, there's probably like 50 people on the dance floor, and a few people might have seen this on my stories. He came back 3 minutes later. Crazy Frog's halfway through the song. 25 people have left and are just walking up the stairs to go to the toilet, leave the bar, or get a drink. And he comes back and he goes, "What happened?" And I was like, "Oh, I might have done the thing you told me not to do."
And he was like, "I literally left for like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
and
he's
I come
Canadian.
back, and there's like 25 people left in the room. How did you fuck it up
And
so
I'm just
much?"
like, dun, 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 dun.
What was the second song
Ding,
that you
ding.
played? Or was that it?
No,
there's
and
one
then I
video that
I
you
tried
have.
to play the hamster dance as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
But then we fixed it. The easiest way to fix a room in the UK, you just put on ABBA and they cream themselves.
Well, I put on Wannabe after that.
that kind of got the room back.
Going
But
off.
as soon as you put on Waterloo, they all just go Waterloo, and like people just forget that they ever heard the Crazy Frog. And then if you want them to like,
Come back down the stairs.
if you want them to all just hug and cry, you just put on like Oasis. They're literally from Manchester, Oasis. So we put on Don't Look Back in Anger at 1 a.m. and people just started going, so I just watched two grown men just like hug it out on the dance floor.
Oh, dude. And then, like, the next night, Evan and I, like, pre-show, we were trying to play, like, absolute banger songs to get them, like, in the mood for comedy and get them, like, excited because everyone was, like, so violently hungover. Like there was, I think I saw maybe 2 beers in the crowd. The rest was water, and they had the full on shakes going on, like the juice shakes. They like could not drink water. They couldn't even look at like the stage properly because the lights were just so bright.
Thank God though, because I was in the same state.
Dude, I've never been so hungover in my life.
Probably never done a seedier show in my life.
Oh God, I was fucked. It was so bad.
But they were on the same level, so I just did like a real mellow rendition of my jokes.
And they didn't mind that.
Yeah, so like Kim Jong Un's a pretty big unit. Hey, and like they were like, yeah. Totally.
And that's the thing, like
they all loved it. Like
they all loved it. So at the end, we were like, oh man, that was a shit show. Like, no one was like really in on that. Sure enough, like the whole crowd basically stayed, and they were like, man, great show. I'm just fucking seedy.
They're like, I'm just going to go to bed now, brother.
I'm going to go catch some Z's. So we were playing like a bunch of songs to get them in the mood. And then we were like, okay, fuck it. Let's play Oasis. Oh, was it? What did we play?
We played Don't Look Back in Anger.
Yeah.
They were singing it a cappella with the phone torches out. It was moving.
Yeah. Everyone collectively like howling this song.
Got to be the most British thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
It was so beautiful.
And I think a lot of other DJs would have experienced this. This is like I've had very, very limited experience being behind the decks of a night with a dance floor, right? I've done it a few times, just watched DJs kind of do it, but never had control and never really paid attention to how much certain songs can swing the mood of the room.
Oh yeah, it can make a big difference.
It was wild. Like if you played like the Spice Girls, all the guys just like really simmer down, start drinking again. Then the girls kind of put down their drinks and have a boogie.
Dude.
Then you put on like Crank That Soldier Boy. The guys are back in action. The girls go pee. And you can like dictate people's movements. Like if you kind of like realize it's becoming a bit of a sausage fest in here, you just play like a song like Big Booty Bitches and all the girls run down the stairs and then the guys kind of head off. And then if you're like, yeah, all right, there's way too many girls in here, let's even up the balance. You just put on like, I was just doing it all night. I was like, just reading the room, like, what do they need right now? And I'm like, that's what they need. You know, you just put on the song that they need.
You just like, you vibe with it and see.
I'm like, they want to sing. I'm like, they need to sing along. Never Tear Us Apart. In excess. Play it now. Right.
Question. When do we get to start creating the new happy hour playlist?
I've already started.
Songs. So can we, if you guys have song requests that you want to hear at the show, either pop them in like the video or go
maybe
to the Patreon.
Maybe. I'm not going to promise that your request will be taken on board. It will be considered by the board.
Absolutely.
It will be taken into account. It does not mean it's a guarantee you'll hear it before the show, because it's the pre-show playlists at my shows are very particular.
Yeah.
You know, they have to feature high amounts of jet. You know, if it doesn't feature niche Australian rock music from 2003, then you haven't really gone to a Luke Kidgel show. I've even been playing like Gyroscope and Grinspoon like in the UK. People hate it, but I love it.
I'm thinking of putting some more of my songs into it as well for the girls.
I was thinking a Miley Cyrus heavy year this year.
I don't hate that.
Neither
at all.
do I.
Oh, not the new album. There's only like 2 songs on the new album.
Flowers is a track.
Yeah, Flowers is awesome. The rest of it is very like kind of too poppy. I don't know, which, you know, some people love, but
I think Miley's better rock.
I reckon what we could do as well is like, if any requests do come through, we can do a really quick little segment in one of the future podcasts and just go through them and go yes, no. We're going to be brutal about it.
Yeah, and it has to be a song that has replayability for us, because we do like 200 shows a year. It's fine for you. You come to one show, you hear it once, it's over. We have to hear that often twice a night, because there's 2 shows a night sometimes, for the whole year. Ugh. So it's got to be a song that you really can't get sick of.
No.
So just stretching out.
But yeah, we got absolutely demolished. I was so hungover. I haven't been hungover like that for a very long time. I don't know if it was like the one. I don't know.
So
Anyway,
we apologize.
we apologize.
We think we're going to have to, it was suggested to us
Yeah.
during the week, like, Luke and Meg, like, I love the show, but come on, like, it seems like your listenership is abiding by
The rules.
the rules of winding
we're
down and
not.
turning up. It just seems like the host are using it as more of a guideline. I couldn't agree more. And to be fair, Saturday was a big wind down day. It was the Friday that was the problem,
Yeah.
but it did sneak into the Saturday because we kept going after midnight. So I
Technically, we went until 4 a.m.
stop. You're incriminating.
So,
We do want to apologise. We'll be better, and perhaps to keep us in check in the future, we need to introduce like a punishment system.
yes.
So if you guys want to suggest punishments for us, if we don't abide, for example, this weekend, definitely a wind down weekend. If there's any evidence online to suggest that we did not wind down that weekend, we should be punished for it
yeah.
because those are the rules. You know, we expect you guys to wind down. We obviously are in the same boat.
Yeah.
So suggest some punishments for the future because maybe without consequence, this type of behavior might keep happening again. I fear for this weekend because it's my birthday weekend and we have the weekend off.
In saying that, though, I don't know about you, Luke. Well, I do know about you because you've literally been fucking sick all week.
I've been really sick all
You've
week.
been really sick. I am actually kind of excited for a wind down.
So do you have any content?
Yeah, I actually do.
Oh, thank the Lord.
it's
Guys, it's going to be the Meg podcast from here on out. I'll be here if she needs any support.
okay, update on my tongue. I have every week. I'm going my weekly update. Tongue update. I have a little bit of feeling in it, like the front section. In the worst way though.
Stick it out. Can I squeeze it?
Mm-hmm.
Let me know if you feel this.
Mm-hmm.
Ew, it's weird to feel someone's tongue. It feels how I think a tubby telly would feel in the shower.
A wet Teletubby.
A wet Teletubby. You know, like you'd feel it and be like, that's kind of squishy, but like soft. You know?
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have a little bit of feeling. The feeling comes in the worst way though. It feels like someone's sticking pins into my tongue. And so anytime like I like click my tongue, anytime I eat food, anything where I'm moving it, feels like someone's sticking like a bunch of pins. But you got to start somewhere, don't you?
Yeah.
The healing process. Anyway, I remembered this story that my dentist told me. It still blows my mind to this day. So first time I ever met the doctor, I go in and this is the dentist who did my wisdom teeth. I go in and he's like kind of flustered. He was like, you do like comedy and stuff. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I hope that you're going to find this as fucking wild as I do. And he was like, I just had another client in, a 12-year-old, like 12-year-old girl come in with her mother. And he was like, you need all 4 wisdom teeth out. And so he's writing out the thing. He's like, obviously you want to be, put to sleep because she's young. And the mother goes, no, don't, we're not putting her to sleep. No, just a local, no general. And he was like, look, she's really young. I don't usually do that procedure on someone who's so young because, they might freak out and stuff. She's also having all 4 out.
It's more dangerous.
And then he goes, I was so confused at this point because he knew that she had money because she came in with brand new Mercedes and like Louis Vuitton bags, stuff like that. So he was like, I knew that it wasn't the money aspect.
Some people are just freaks.
So then he goes, if you don't mind me asking, why don't you want her to have the general? Because I highly, highly recommend that you do get it. She goes, one of my friends went in about a couple of months ago, and she got the general anesthetic, and she woke up dumb.
Was she the friend?
That's what I said. I just laughed, and I was like, was she that friend?
Yeah.
Like, was she just saying that? He goes, where? What? Like, he was just like trying not to laugh apparently, because you can't fucking blatantly laugh in someone's face and be like, that is fucking
Yes, you
stupid.
can.
Not when they're paying like literally like $6,000 to get this fucking thing
Okay,
done.
I do it
Like,
when people give me like $40 on the door. So I laugh at people's faces constantly.
Yeah, but people are there almost to have that happen to
No,
them. Or
they're
to watch that.
they're there to laugh at me.
Yeah.
They're not there at my show for
Yeah,
me to laugh at
roasted.
them. Sometimes the tables do get turned.
And she goes, no, yeah, my friend told me that she went in and she felt like smart, and then she went under and she came out dumber. He was like, look, I'm so sorry to say this, but I think your friend is just dumb. And
Yeah.
he was like, is that crazy? And I was like, no, that's not crazy. He's like, I think I just lost like heaps of money. But he was like, I don't think I could actually like go ahead with like someone that dumb.
I respect that, like, professionally, to just, instead of getting $6,000, go, nah, in the moment, it's more fun to call a stranger dumb.
Dumb.
Take that W.
Yeah.
And then take the L of the minus $6,000.
I think he did. We were
That's
just
king
laughing like through it. We had a good riff going.
Don't people wake up sometimes from comas? Like, so I know general and a coma is not the same thing, but there's people wake up and like they can speak Mandarin
So
and shit like that.
That's a
Is
brain. So that's brain injuries.
But is that what do you reckon the woman was mistaking it for?
No, he like that. So he clarified. He was like, "Oh, did the anesthesiologist like not have enough oxygen to her brain? Like, was there a reason? Did she have a stroke? Was there a reason basically for why she came out dumb?" And she was like, "No. She just told me that she didn't feel as smart." And he was like,
That's
"Oh,
the sentence that someone who's insanely dumb would say.
That's so funny.
That is pretty funny.
How can you think that?
That's something I would say on a podcast as a vague gag.
As a joke.
Like, I think I feel dumber now, and then I do 5-minute riff on it, and then everyone goes, "Cool,
no.
nice one."
She was being serious.
Of
like,
course, she was being serious.
Yeah.
Mate. People are lunatics.
yeah, she was like, "No, my 12-year-old daughter cannot go under a general anesthetic because she'll come out."
If I was a
dumber."
doctor, I'd be like, "She already seems fucking stupid. Just put her under. Nothing's gonna change." Boom, minus $6,000. But again, W for Lukey. Got it.
Lucky for the
Roasted
win.
that innocent 12-year-old with a crazy mum. Woo!
Were you ever like afraid of the dentist
I'm
when you were a kid?
Super chill.
You've always been super chill.
I like my dentist. He's one of my dad's friends from high school. He's sick.
Did you ever have to have any like teeth pulled or?
Nah, my teeth is a weird situation. They're not perfect, but they're not fucked up enough to warrant fixing.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, you can get braces. It will be really, really expensive, and it will make you look perfect, but you don't look that shit."
No, I actually like the way that your teeth are shaped. I feel like if they were,
It's one of my
too perfect.
imperfections.
I feel like if they were too straight, then you would look kind of weird.
It's something that maybe I'll do like later in life with like what's
The
it
bottom
called?
teeth.
Yeah, what's it called?
Invisalign.
Invisalign. Like where you
Yeah.
just put the plate over it. But I'm not gonna ever do the point where I have braces unless I need it.
Yeah, proper braces.
No, I'm chill. I know some people have like a phobia of the doctor and the dentist, and in my head, I look at those people, and I know this is an aggressively bad take, but I believe it. I view people who freak out about the dentist and stuff as like how dogs freak out when they go to the vet, and they like.
I love this.
No, but they can freak out because they don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
But you, as a human, a little more evolved, a little more brain capacity in there, can properly understand the benefit. And you might, yes, feel uncomfortable in the chair.
Yeah.
That's completely normal. But the people who go, "Oh, I don't want to go to the dentist." It's like, yes, no one wants to fucking go to the dentist. Just go there, open your mouth, be slightly in discomfort for 10 minutes.
Agree.
Because the quicker you get it over with, that's the
Done,
attitude
yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
Same attitude I had with my eye surgery. Obviously, I didn't want a stranger scraping a layer off my eyeball as I could see it.
But once it's done,
But I was like, if I go in there freaking out about it and overthink this, it's going to make it way worse for myself. So I was like, shift the attitude, kind of make jokes,
Yeah.
deal with it the way you can, sit there. It was over before I knew it. And then I was like, great, never have to do that again.
yeah. So I had a very similar mentality. And I was.
By the way, I know some people just can't shift their attitude.
No, I don't.
It's like a genuine
It's like
phobia.
an actual phobia.
And I'm like, just don't be scared.
Don't do it. duh. No, I had to have like a lot of fillings and stuff as a kid, and I had to have a lot of my teeth pulled out as well because for some reason, my baby teeth would stay in place, and my adult tooth would grow underneath it, and so I would have two teeth. So like I'd have like my baby tooth would stay on the top, and my actual tooth would stay on the bottom.
Double the amount of cash from the tooth fairy. From the tooth.
From the tooth fairy. No, they didn't take both of my teeth out. I still only got one cash. What did you used to get from the tooth fairy?
About 50 cents.
You used to get cash.
Yeah, in a glass.
I used to get the Girl Zone magazines. Fuck, they were elite.
I don't know if you know this, but I
Used to
don't
get-
know if the tooth fairy was dropping those off to every house. He was genuinely dropping off coins, either gold or silver, depending on how middle class or upper class your family was.
Yeah, the first time that
And if you were poor, you probably don't even know what the tooth fairy is. But we were very middle class, so I got a nice silver coin.
there was also I got
Nothing
like
gold, nothing fancy.
I think one time Mum accidentally she was supposed to put like a $5 note in.
$5 note?
Yeah, she was only supposed to put a $5 and she accidentally put in a 50. And
That's when you know you had a pretty good upbringing.
Mum was like, fuck, give it back. Like she was like, oh.
The tooth fairy must have made a mistake.
I gave it to charity anyway, so
The tooth fairy isn't going to be able to buy groceries this week.
Yeah.
Shit.
oh no.
Maybe you should give it back to the tooth fairy.
I think the tooth fairy was drinking a bit too much last night.
The tooth fairy must have had too many gin and tonics while watching a movie
What?
with your father. I mean, with the tooth fairy.
Yeah, tooth daddy. Oh fuck.
Never refer to your dad as tooth daddy ever again. Thank you. Let's make that a rule in our pod.
I gave it all to charity anyway, which I think hurt Mum even more. Yeah, so anyway, my sister is one of those people who has like multiple phobias. The two main ones though used to be needles and dentists. And when she had to combine the two, like when she needed a fill-in or something like that.
Getting a needle in your mouth would be really weird. I've never got that before.
You've never been numbed?
No, because I have good mouth. This is why I'm not afraid of the dentist, because nothing bad ever happens to me, so I don't have fears or things in life that make me uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I've lived a very comfortable life, so why
Yeah.
would I think the world's against me?
You're right.
The word is privilege.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So when you've never had to overcome anything, life's fine. I don't know if you know that.
It sucks. The needle sucks. It only hurts for like 3 seconds, but it's like it's the worst. It sucks. Anyway, so she had to go in. She was about 12 years old. And she had to get a filling done. She went in and the dentist was like, she was already freaking out. So Mum was like holding her down on the table and like they were like trying to just like look in the mouth. They weren't even doing anything. Anyway, turns out she needed the filling done. So he goes and gets the needle. And as he's getting closer to her mouth, she breaks free of Mum and the nurse and just fucking KOs the doctor. Just
Your sister KO'd a doctor when
KO'd
she
a
was
doctor.
12.
knocked him out, like cold, like kicked off Mum, pound doctor down.
Gave him a general anesthetic with a fist.
Yeah,
Huge. Do you reckon he woke up dumber?
massive.
Probably.
Probably. Lost a few brain cells in that one. And then they were like, we refuse to see her if she's not like put asleep.
They had to put her down.
They had to like.
It's like when a dog bites a baby, you have to put it down. Jesus.
When a young girl punches out a doctor, you have to put
You
her
have
down.
to put her down.
Yeah, it's a lost cause.
Yeah.
But I'm not actually sure how they like what happened after that. If she like ended up getting it done or like if she waited a few more years. I don't know what happened.
Damn.
But all I know is that story is fucking legendary
I
in
think
the
that's-
Archibald house.
Just a coward's attitude to go in fearing a person that is trying to help you. But I also have no perspective of what it's like being on the other side of that fear. So
Yeah.
maybe that's a pretty narrow lens to view that through.
One of the punishments if you if you turn up or wind down on like a
I have to get a
opposite day
needle in my mouth
is
for no reason.
We just take you to the dentist and we're like, can you just numb his mouth? And they're like, but why? And we're like, well, it's a punishment and he needs to feel it. So
Well, I don't need to feel it. It's numbing my mouth. So I won't feel anything. That sounds fine.
I know that there's heaps of other people with the same fear. And probably very similar stories as well. Like I've heard grown men going in and just KOing doctors because they're like, don't touch my fucking mouth.
Yeah. I don't like getting my PP out to the doctor.
No one likes getting their PP out.
Oh, okay.
I don't like getting my VV out, but
Yeah, but at least it's like not everywhere. Like I have to like, like untie it so it, and then it slaps the floor and then, oh, sorry, I'll pick that up again. And
yeah, the thud as
it's
well.
like a whole thing.
It shakes the whole place, doesn't it?
That's
Everyone's
like
like, oh my God, there's an earthquake.
It's just such a bad bit. Saying you have a big dick is just the worst piece of comedy material I think imaginable, and I don't know why I did
Your
it.
balls hang low,
No.
do they wobble to the floor? Can you tie 'em in and out? Can you sway 'em to and fro? Can you throw 'em on your shoulder? Something, something, something. Do your balls hang low?
No,
They do not.
they do not.
They're small to medium with a respectable girth, so they definitely don't hang that low, but they hang like kind of a very medium to low length.
I mean, it's no one wants low balls. Like that's not attractive for anyone. No girl's like, yeah, like I didn't really even see his cock because I was just so attracted to how low his balls were.
I'm so
You know what I've
deliriously tired.
Remembered
It's crazy.
when I was talking about before that I bought, like, I used to buy heinous things with my pocket money. You
Yeah.
know, one time I bought 3/4, and I'm so sorry because like you may never look at me in like as sexually attractive ever again. I
Yeah.
don't even know how you do, but you apparently do.
I do.
Weird. After this, you won't. Don't worry.
What the fuck, man?
One time, there was a point in my life where I owned 3/4 denim jeans. Wait, with flames on the side. I have this memory of it, and I will have to confirm it with my mum, but I definitely think,
How old were you?
like in primary school, but like there's never been a point of history where like dressing like a Limp Bizkit fanboy has been cool. You look like you're about to go to 90s, 99 Woodstock, and you're 6. And I remember I bought them from the
That's so
Cows
weird.
Market in Phillip Island in Victoria, Australia.
I feel like we all had like an item of clothing that we had when we were younger. That's like that was the most regrettable piece. Like why?
That's probably mine. I can't think there is one family photo, and it's might even be still up in the kitchen. You've probably seen it, where we're like way too old. Like I'm probably in like grade 4 or 5. I'm probably like 10 or 11, and Jack's probably like in grade 6, or I hope he wasn't in year 7 when this
Yeah.
happened. But I think we were just both nearing the end of primary school, and Mum like forced us to wear like the same clothes in a family photo. And we're like probably like
all black or like
no,
just
like he's wearing the blue version of like a Rip Curl t-shirt, and I'm wearing a white version of the same Rip Curl t-shirt. So it's like same design, different color, and we're both
Right.
wearing like 3/4 cargo pants. I'm pretty sure it's in our kitchen. It's so funny, and
Lord
I've
have mercy.
asked Mum. I've like questioned her about it. I'm like, in what reality did you think we'd look back on this photo and think and have fond memories? Because I remember on the day us being like, Mum, and like we don't dress like this. It's not how we want to look. She's like, you look handsome, you look smart. And
Yeah.
all I remember on that day is not the family memory of the photo shoot. I remember the fight and the struggle of like not wanting to wear the Rip Curl t-shirt, not wanting to put on the 3/4 cargo pants.
So you did fight it.
I think so. I think Jack and I were just like, we don't want to look the same.
That's
Because
fair.
like you've dressed us like we're
You were
twins, but we're like
also-
2 years apart. It's really weird.
You were definitely older as well, old enough to be able to like make choices about your dress and stuff.
Yeah, but clearly she wasn't. Clearly, we rolled out of our bedrooms that morning on the family photo day, and she
Yeah.
wasn't thrilled with what we'd chosen.
I believe in a forced photo if it's for like a bit, if it's funny.
Well, the recent
It's
ones
taking the piss out of
we
someone.
got done was funny.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Like
and we only did it for your parents.
yeah, my parents really wanted like some grown up family photos of my brother and I, like before we like look like shit.
Yeah.
Like that's probably what they were just thinking. They're
Yeah.
like, they drink a lot. and-
Lukey's going grey. So
yeah.
Glowing blonde. Glowing blonde. That's what I said.
What did you say?
No, I said that. I said Lukey's going glowing blonde.
No, he's still got luscious brunette hair. Is that what you meant to say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. The
It's weird because I
Correct.
thought you said something
Blonde.
about.
brown. He's got fully brown hair and his beard is all one color. It is. It's all one brownie brown.
When we started this podcast, I always did think it would be weird if we broke up on the pod. We're getting a divorce.
I couldn't get it out. You made me do it.
We're getting the divorce, and someone walking past the
Babe, we're
room is
getting
like,
a divorce.
"These British people are fucking whack, hey?" How dare you? All right, you can insult. You can tell them all I have a little weeny teeny itty bitty weenie. You can tell them.
A weenie beanie.
You can tell them. I don't care what you tell these people, but don't go near the beard, mate.
Weedle beanie. This is how I talk to my dog. Oh, he's so smushy. Oh, hello, Mr. Smush. He's so handsome. Oh, look at the little bean. Oh, Mr. Man.
Ooh, a bit of
Mr. Moops.
another sneak peek into our
Whoopie
pillow
doopie.
talk. Meg, save this for the OnlyFans. Come on. What about if our careers goes to shit? Now there's nothing that we can put behind the paywall.
Look, I love some dirty talk.
Anyway, what was I talking about? I don't know.
We're talking about.
Oh yeah, I'm not a fan of family photos.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know.
Recap on the whole thing. Show's going well. UK people are hilarious in one-worded walk-bys.
Mm-hmm.
We're sorry. We are sorry that we didn't wind down last week, but we're going to try and wind down this week. Dentists are fucked. There's a girl
Only
walking
if you're
around.
a coward.
Only if you're and there's a girl walking around who is apparently a lot more dumb than she was 6 months ago. So
Yep. Maybe you should just listen to this podcast and then accidentally thought it was the anesthetic. Maybe that was the
Okay,
problem. You never know.
you slammed our podcast.
Oh no.
No,
No, sorry. This podcast very insightful.
It's very highbrow intellectual stuff, Luke.
No, people, let's be honest, we're people's Love Island. This is turn off your brain entertainment.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's turning this on for a bit of insight. Do you actually have anything insightful to say? Have you learnt anything this week?
Yeah, I've gotten even more confident because like last night someone did a drive-by and they were like, "Can I get a high yeah?" And I just I went for it.
You're always that confident.
Nah. Yeah.
You went, oh
No, but I went really high and I yelled it. It was
yeah.
awesome.
It was pretty funny.
Felt
Okay, so
good.
that's what you learnt this week, to scream at strangers
just
if
a-
they scream at you.
Yes. That's it.
Well, if there's one takeaway from this episode, go yell at a stranger this week.
Yeah.
Maybe we
Or-
should do that. We should end the podcast every week. You know, like Modern Family, how it kind of has like a message.
Yeah.
Like you watch that show, it's a bit of fun.
Oh,
Like
moral.
Phil Dunphy's like a goofy guy,
Yeah.
but then at the end, there's some kind of moral to take away from the app.
Okay. So if like someone screams at you,
Yell back
you yell back.
in a high pitched voice. It's usually funny.
It's so much funnier if it's in a
I would
high-pitched
say it
voice.
has a 65% hit rate with laughter. So good luck out there.
Yeah.
Let
but
us know how it did.
if you like get like punched or stabbed or something, you didn't get it from us.
Oh, and go eavesdrop on some British people if you know them.
Do it.
I'm sure they'll come out with some gold. But don't force it. Just if you're walking past, you hear an accent, quickly tune in, then tune back out. You'll hear something great.
I can guarantee you'll hear something awesome. UK people,
They're an odd bunch.
they've got it down.
Yeah.
All right.
Hooroo. Thanks for coming. Next week, I think we'll still be in the UK, but then we should be back home in the regular, back in our house the week after that. Okay. Thank you very much for tuning in. Tickets to lukekidgel.com, because people are going to miss out. What's going to happen is the early ones will sell out, and then it won't sell out enough before where we can add a second one, and then you're going to message me and like, Luke, so just get your tickets now, and then we can... if we can avoid that.
Goodbye, little chickens. We have had a very good session today, have we not?
Very good.
Very good. All right, we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye, mate.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, chicken.
Goodbye. We go now. Goodbye. We're done. I can't find it.
You sound like the girl from The Incredibles.
Which one?
Edna.
No,
Edna Moore.
Edna Moore. Edna.
I make your super suit.
We are. Where's your super suit?
No, that's not.
What's that line?
That's honey. Where is my? That's
no,
Frozone's
no,
quote.
What's the famous line of hers? All right, Edna out.